Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to yet another episode of Christian's Chronicles. We have here ATHP with us. That at the beginning was 9-5 Sick by them. Before we get into it, like I said, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, listening to the past two episodes as well. If you haven't already, go ahead and check them out, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, here's ATHP, man. Thank you guys so much for being here with us, man.
Thank you for having us, Christian.
What's up, brother?
It's a pleasure, I'm stoked. Everyone else is stoked, I'm sure. So I want to first start out with, who is ATHP? I know it's not just you two. I know there's a few more missing, so I guess introduce yourselves and who else you all have there in the band.
Right on. Cool. I'm Troy, and I sing for And the Hero Prevails.
I'm Zach, and I play bass.
And let's see, on rhythm guitar, we have Jeff Miner. Insert picture here. And then we got Eric Hernandez on lead guitar, and then Roman Torres on drums.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Roman just joined, correct? Yes,
Yeah.
nice.
We're really excited and happy to have him. He's been an awesome addition to the band. It's been really awesome.
Nice. And was he on there on the 956? Was that him?
No, he didn't.
No? Oh, okay.
We released that song, I want to say, about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he just recently joined, I want to say, within the last 6 months and stuff. And he was able to do play with us in the last few shows.
And okay, that's cool. You mentioned 2 years ago. How long have you guys been a band all together, all at one?
2009, man.
Yeah,
We
2009.
started here in this room.
Okay. So how did it start out? Tell me the origin of And the Hero Prevails. How'd you all start out? How'd you all decide, hey, let's make the best band in RGV?
Well, thank you for that comment. But dude, no, it just, it started with a dream, I guess. In 2009, we were here in this room. It was me, your cousin Isai, and a buddy of mine, Justin. We were jamming. Man, we started our first show. I was on my roof up here for a birthday party, and eventually I was like, yo, we need a bass player. We hit up Zach. Zach and I went out to many basketball tournaments, and
Me and Troy have known each other since 3rd grade, playing basketball.
How do you remember the grade, honestly?
Yeah, okay, because we were in that Harlingen League together. It was like the 3rd, 4th grade Harlingen League, and that's where we first met. Then we would do like summer leagues together, and we honestly stuck it out. What really brought us together was our bond for music. I remember we'd be in the stands, and the first day of meeting him, he had this big old booklet of CDs. I was like, bro, I was freaking out because I've never met anyone else who had as much CDs as me. So legitimately the next game I came, brought all my CDs, and we would start trading CDs and going home and burning them.
That's right.
And like honestly, one of the first ones was Alien Ant Farm. It was like one of the first CDs that I like truly remember. But that's how we like kick it off, and been ever since. And the music's really what kept us together, and Troy's solo stuff.
Yeah. So aside from that, what ended up happening? How did this grow into what it is? What made y'all want to continue making it other than?
Wow. Man.
Honestly,
I don't even know.
No, honestly, from the get-go, And the Hero Prevails has always been as professional as possible. Because I started off in before ATHP in a Tejano Conjunto band, right? And that's where, and so that was my passion for the long, and that's where I learned bass. And I was when I joined, the first thing we did was hit the studio, and Joe's studio in Westaco. It was an awesome, like, really
MP recording.
MP Records, man. It was such an awesome space, like, to be in a legit studio and to record an actual CD. And I remember, like, coming out of that and having a full length CD with the barcode and all. Truly felt like an accomplishment. And we hadn't even, like, really performed any shows yet at the time, but that's when, like, from the get-go, I always knew, like, yo, this is really serious to us. And it wasn't until, like, I want to say a few years after, Troy had moved out, gone away to college. He had a full ride to Southern Arkansas he was on the drum line and everything. And shortly after that, a little while after doing that, we realized, like, hey, this is something we want to really, really pursue, and this is what we really want to do. And that's when I left the Tejano Conjunto band, and Jeff and Eric, they're my high school best friends. So I'm truly blessed to be in a band with my best friends, like, from high school, from third grade. Like, I've known these guys, I've grown up with these guys, so. It's been a blessing. It's been completely awesome. Can't ask for anything else.
Yeah, true. Yeah, dude, it's been we've had this sense of just determination, I guess. You know, since the first album, we were like, let's go make an album, man. And then, you know, the second album, let's go do it. And we've just always been so gung-ho, I guess. And, like, you know, every year it seems like we just, you know, we're climbing this ladder, you know, and we're making more moves and just making more progress, and I think that keeps us going. High hopes for the future and all that. Yeah,
of course. Speaking of the future, I know you guys. I want to touch down on this a little more. I know coming up, I believe the 30th, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are going to start touring, no, with Attila.
That's right.
Yes,
yeah,
and
3 days in a row with Attila.
Nice. I want to touch more down on that. Let me go ahead and ask. How did this happen? How did it come to be? And I guess, what are you most excited about? Like, how does this... I'm pretty sure this has to be one of the biggest highlights of y'all's musical careers, right? Opening for Attila. So how do y'all feel about this as a band? And just tell us everything you're going through for now, because I know there's a lot of nerves and excitement going on right now.
For sure. So Franz and Attila announced that they were doing the Rage tour. They're doing their album Rage in its entirety. They're doing a whole tour, and so right away, like, you know, my intuition kicks in every time a tour is announced, because I want to open, you know. Yeah. So right away, I went to Franz's page on Instagram, and it had his email. So I went ahead and emailed him, man, and was just like, yo, if y'all need an opener for the Texas dates, you know, we'd love an opportunity, right? Yeah. Sent him a song, sent him 9-5 Sick, and I sent him our one sheet. We have a one sheet with, like, a bio and a picture of us, you know, with, like, our resume, you know, different bands we've opened for, quotes from other artists about us, stuff like that, whatever. But and then 3-4 weeks later, on a Saturday morning, I check my phone, wake up, I check my phone, and I see that it's Attila's manager had emailed, and dude, I was stumbling out of bed. I was like, I was looking for my wife. I was like, Allie, Attila wants to play shows with us. It was awesome, dude. And you know, we went back and forth and worked it all out, and yeah, man, we're gonna be playing with Attila September 30th in Houston, Scout Bar, and the next day, October 1st, at Ridgely Theater in Fort Worth. And then on Sunday, we're doing Austin at Come and Take It Live with Attila, Tala, and Catch Your Breath. Yeah, but how you feeling about the show?
I'm just excited. This has definitely been a cherry on top of everything we've been striving for. Truthfully, like, we've been working really hard, and it feels good to get these opportunities. It's really humbling to be able to to be able to open up and play for bands that like we grew up listening to and like that we jam out to and play with. So to have these opportunities is we don't take them for granted. We don't take them lightly. Like we understand that like there's not many people who get these opportunities, and the stuff we've been able to see and do in the short amount of time, I've truly blessed to be able to do this with these guys. Honestly, like, and I keep saying that over because it is like it really is to be on stage and like playing in front of these bands. It's pretty sick.
I know for sure. I'm excited. I'm trying to keep my cool here while we're recording, bro. Attila was probably one of the first shows that me and Aztec went together, and so as soon as we heard that you guys were opening up for them, we said, man, we have to go. So we're planning on going to one of the Texas shows, Houston, Austin, one of those, so we'll find out, but we're gonna be there for sure. You mentioned your one-sheeter. You mentioned that you opened up for other bands before. I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know. Tell us your experience about that. Who'd you open up for, and how are each experience different from each other? Like, what did you learn from them? Stuff like that.
Right on.
So,
so like in the earlier days, one of the biggest shows I guess we landed was we opened for the Ataris. It was like right when we first released our first album, and that was an experience. We learned from it, and just throughout the years, we would land here and there, and then eventually we ended up branching out, finally landing shows in San Antonio in like 2012, 2013. And then after that, 2014, 2015, things started kind of really picking up. In 2014, we got to play with Bring Me the Horizon and Of Mice and Men. We came as Romans at the Never Say Never Festival here in Mission, Texas. And, we had to sell tickets and grind for it, and humbling, paying our dues in a way. And for sure, dude. And then, in 2016, we got to do Never Say Never Festival again, but with Deftones. That was incredible, man. And then, just recently, we opened for
3 Days Grace and Drowning Pool.
I remember that show. How was that?
That was pretty epic, to be honest. It was at Clayton's. It was 5,200 people, close to about a little over 5,000 people. That is our biggest crowd by far, and it was exactly what we dreamt of. Like everything we've ever dreamt of. It was. I can't tell you.
We almost didn't play,
dude. Oh my god, the level of stress. I've honestly never been through a more stressful show. So just real quick. There was a miscommunication between the house sound guy and then their main sound guy, and for whatever reason their sound guy wasn't willing to give us channels on the board to be able to go on, right? So the house sound guy, who shout out to that guy, I don't know his name, but man, he went above and beyond, and he went so hard, and he literally 20 minutes before our set, I'm sweating, and we're running cables, and me and all the guys have done stagehand work in the past, like at the McAllen Convention Center, and that was like a job of ours, side job, learning the backstage work of like running cables and how to actually throw on a big promotion. And it totally came in handy, because I was legitimately like, I set up my stuff. I was running cables with them. I was like, okay, what line are we running? What do you got? And I had to run lines for all our stuff, all our gear. and we ended up going on, and next thing I know, their sound guy's like, hey, if you guys got to get off at exactly, like, what was it, like, exactly 9 o'clock, y'all have to get off, right? Y'all, and it was already 8:30, 8:31's coming, and I'm sweating, and we having it like an exact time set, and it's already cutting close, and I'm like, go, 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 and literally we just turn around, we just start playing, and we pulled off, and it was most stressful, but it was worth it, every penny, man. It really was, It's been one of the best shows by far.
Yeah.
Incredible. Funny story. I met all of 3 Days Grace. My phone was dead.
On top of that, we've never had such a crazy line at the merch table. Like, we've never experienced anything like this before, and it was definitely a moment for us. At one point, I look over at the table, and all the guys are either taking pictures, signing. I signed a shoe. I signed a cell phone. I signed someone's necklace.
Signed a water bottle.
I signed a water bottle. Like, it was getting so ridiculous. Like, everyone was pulling us left and right. And then next thing I know, Jeff is gone for like a good hour or two, and we're like, Jeff, yo, and like it was to a point where like everyone's already packing up and leaving, and we're calling him. Jeff has part of the merch money, and we're like, now we're starting to panic, and we're like, yo, okay, this is a little weird. What's up, bro? Yeah. And we start walking backstage, and we're just like, Jefe! Like, we're just screaming out Jeff, and sure enough, he pops out backstage with CJ, the guitar player from Drowning Pool, and he's like, hey guys, I just made a best friend. and dude, man, he was such an awesome guy. We ended up going backstage with them, and he ended up kicking it with us, and we chilling for the night. He ended up showing us this new single that they just recently dropped and stuff, and it was honestly like very surreal. Like,
He gave us guitar picks.
Yeah, we all got guitar picks. Yeah. Well, no. Okay.
Drowning Pool guitar picks.
He gave Jeff a handful of guitar picks, and Jeff gave each of us one. So that was a moment for us.
and then the one Jeff kept, we didn't even know. Oh, it was glow in the dark.
Yeah. Honestly, like, we've been again, we've had an awesome career. We've had the opportunity to open it up for, not just 3 Days Grace and Drowning Pool, but this past year, 10 years as well. We've done Sons of Texas. Before that, before the world shut down and everything, 2019 was honestly one of our best years. And right before 2019, we played State Farm Arena. We opened up for Puddle Mud, Saliva. We did who else? I know there's
Crazy Town.
Oh yeah, we opened up for Crazy Town.
And then
We opened up for the Offspring. 2019, and then we had gotten on to open up for Hoobastank. That was another. I know you hate this one, but that was not our fault. They ended up legitimately canceling. It was for the Reason 15-year anniversary for the Reason, and they ended up canceling the entire tour for some family reasons or something like that. Yeah. So that was a bummer. But again, 2019 was a crazy year, and we expected 2020 to be just as epic, and then just like everything just the rug got pulled out on all of us. But we coming back strong, and we're excited for these new upcoming shows, and trying to keep the ball going and keep it going with this, and that's why we're pumped. We're really excited for this. Attila, here we come.
I know you guys had mentioned the world shutting down, COVID hit and everything. What did you all do to keep in, other than just messaging each other, calling each other? Because, everyone had to isolate, be by themselves. There's curfews going on. By the way, I worked at a corner store, and if you guys went out to buy cigarettes after curfew, you're the reason why I quit. Just know that. But how did you all keep in contact, keep that, because I'm pretty sure it took a toll on me. I don't know if maybe you guys had a stronger mindset or whatever, but people getting stressed, people getting frustrated. How did you all keep your composure? How did you all keep calm and keep the practice going, keep you all motivated and stuff like that during this troubling times?
Well, sheesh, man. When COVID first, when it first went down, there were like changes at my job and like the schedule. They gave us like a week or two off, and then we would go back. Like they spread out all the employees kind of, and like it was cool. Like I was going weeks without going to work, but still getting paid for those weeks. And so like I lucked out with that. So immediately the first thing that I started doing was I started writing some songs, and I wrote a handful of tracks at the start of COVID, and we just all kind of, like you said, we were messaging each other, of course, and keeping up with each other. And as far as me personally, I kind of knew that eventually things will pick up again. So like, personally, I wasn't like worried, as far as, us, resuming what we had going on. It was just a matter of time, I guess, but yeah. And when it first started, the whole quarantine thing, I ended up going live with Fred Durst on Instagram. Yeah.
I remember that.
It was nuts, dude. I had just got out of work, and I was home up front, and I was holding my baby, and I'm on Instagram, and Fred Durst is live, and I'm like, oh, well, hell yeah, let me check this out. And sure enough, he's live, and he's live with somebody, like a random fan or something. I'm like, oh, cool, what's going on here? And sure enough, I catch on that he's just going live with fans for fun, basically. And he's there painting. He's like painting while he's going live. So eventually he's like, yo, if there's anybody out there, next person I want to go live with, sing me a song. And I'm like, that's me, man. And so, yeah. So I'm there like messaging, like in the comments, like, pick me, right? And I was like, bro, I got my guitar next to me. And dude, he's like, okay, I'm going to pick this person. And he's like, I didn't connect. Let me try somebody else. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm shitting my pants, dude. And he picks another person, and legit, it doesn't go through. And he's like, all right, let me pick this guy. And my phone started going live with Fred Durst. Like, oh my God, dude. I was like, babe, hold the baby. It's like, I'm going live with Fred Durst. She's like, what? Oh, I like threw the baby at her. And I ran out back to the back of my house and grabbed my guitar, and we were talking, and one of the first things he was like, so how y'all handling COVID, like in your area where you're from? And yeah, man, I got to perform. I played Stay Another Day, a song of ours, Stay Another Day on the acoustic, and it was real cool, man. He clapped at the end real big, and I got to tell him that we had just opened for The Offspring, and told him that, we hope to open for Limp Bizkit one day. So yeah, that was the start of COVID. I was handling it well, I guess.
I guess I mean, I wasn't. like I'm gonna be honest, like at some point I thought like, yo, I don't know if I genuinely, we had just had The Offspring the year before, and at some point I didn't think I was gonna get that again. At some point, I really thought, like, are we even gonna have an opportunity to have like a crowd like this again? And there was a split moment where I was tripping hard, and it was ugly. And I'm really grateful to be out of that, because that's why, like, to be, our first show back was. We got offered, it was about a year and 2 months that we had played a show, over a year. Actually, it was like a year and a half since we had played a show. And we got offered to open up for 10 years in San Antonio. And we've had the opportunity to open up for some really cool bands of like that stature, like I want to say like Fuel, Smile Empty Soul, Orgy, some bands like that. Tantric, stuff like that. And I was expecting, 4 or 5, a few hundred people. we show up and there it turns into like, it was 1,300 people, and I was relief. I felt so relief again. Like we're here, we're again, and that was awesome to be able to have that.
Resume.
Yeah. So just trying to get out of that space. It was just trying to keep going and just trying to keep. It was just the shows and the music and keeping with these guys and the group messages. Like that's basically that's the only thing. Got lonely at some point.
Yeah, I bet. You mentioned music too. I know with this tour with Attila you have coming up on the 30th, that 3-day thing. I know you all have you all mentioned to me you have some new songs, 3 new songs you recorded. Is that something that you would like to talk about, discuss? What's going on there? What's up with the 3 songs? Are we smelling album, EP? What are we doing?
So, yeah, I'll let Zach go into the details, but we have 3 new songs that we just recorded. They're very pop punk influenced. It's like you put like Reliant K and The Offspring and Sum 41 in a blender. And then you throw in all of the Hero Prevails music in that blender, and then you get these 3 new songs, kind of like that. But no, we really wanted to showcase, I guess, our pop punk influence and just how showcase our creativity in that subgenre, I guess, of rock music, and something that we all really love. And we're all. Zach grew up listening to Blink and Green Day, and Jeff grew up listening to hella punk music too, and Newfound Glory, all that stuff. So it's cool. It's fun to be able to access this other side of ATHP. If you've seen us live, we like to be we like to play our heavy songs, and but we have so many different sides to it, I guess you could say. But as far as connecting these 3 songs, you mentioned an album or an EP. Let's go to Zach.
Well, I mean, it's up in the works. It really is, because right now, over the break, I want to say we have about close to 20-30 songs that are just written out, and then close to 10-15 demos that are pretty solid. And from there, you can really hear again where we lean into the hardcore pop punk stuff, or the heavier stuff of us. And then I always feel like that's kind of what And the Hero Prevails for anyone who hasn't listened to us before. I think it's silly, but we're very versatile in our genre. We pretty much have a song for anybody who likes any type of rock music. So again, we have those songs where we can lean into those nice soft ballads, those pop punk stuff, those those love girly songs, and then go into our heavy songs and our hardcore breakdowns. But then we also have a southern rock side to it. And so that's where these with these 3 songs, we're looking to try to do. It's either a full-length album, or most likely we're gonna do separate EPs. And that's kind of what we're talking about right now, is whether to do one whole EP just straight all pop punk, and then one whole EP just straight all our hardcore, and then kind of give it up to our fans to choose what do you want? What's that? Kind of red pill, blue pill type stuff, and let y'all choose, and see what really works, what fits the best. Because I mean, it's all And the Hero Prevails, and I think that's honestly why we get the opportunities to open up for the bands we do, because we try to switch up our set to fit that show. We can open up for Crazy Town and go into way more pop stuff and way more lively stuff than that, and then go over here to open up to Attila and Upon a Burning Body, which I mean, Fiali and stuff like that. So we try to bring it all the way through. Right? Yeah, it's and it's again not many bands get to do that. Not a lot of bands have that type of versatility, and I think that's what kind of separates us from everyone else. And that top of having one of the best singers in the state of Texas. No. Oh, come on. No, but seriously, no, but honestly, like, truthfully, I'm like this whole group, like, I'm in a band with my best friends, like, traveling, doing what I love. Like, what more could we ask for? Like, genuinely open up for all these bands that we grew up listening to. Sometimes life does feel like a movie, and sometimes it feels like a dream, and it's pretty amazing. And I'm grateful to be doing this with these guys, right here. With
Same. Fred Durst told me life is a dream. Straight up. But yeah, going back to our versatility, dude, it's I find it so hilarious that we landed these dates with Attila, but just like, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, was talking to a couple members of Reliant K and us possibly doing dates with them. So it's like, whoa, like what? Like, listen to a Reliant K song and listen to an Attila song. That just, yeah, and it's really, really crazy that we can, you know, we definitely can put together a set list to open for each of those bands. And definitely, I think that's our goal, man. Like, I would love to tour with We Came as Romans, and then would love to tour with Reliant K or Newfound Glory, like, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, tour with Of Mice and Men, tour with even, dude, Tech Nine is somebody I really want to tour with. So our versatility, you know, we bring energy to our shows, and you know, we're gonna pump up that crowd for whoever the hell's headlining, no matter who it is. So yeah.
So I know you have songs with Garrett Rapp. You have a song with Garrett Rapp. You have a song with Franz from Attila. Now that you're gonna do the Attila show, will you, or are you going to try to play My Deepest Darkest Dream, whatever it's called, My Deepest Dream? Are you gonna try to do that with him on stage live?
Yes. We're gonna try to. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'll probably send him like an email like a few days before we leave for the tour to be like, hey bro, listen to this song again. Yeah, just hope for the best, you know, and if it don't happen, it's cool. I know Zach was even thinking of...
I'm just looking to hopefully get some footage, probably get him, like, record him doing his verse, and then if that goes down, then maybe look to come back home and re-record the song and put out a whole new music video for it, and see, you know, something like that, along those lines, because at this point we have a plethora, like 20-30 songs to kind of choose from for these next you know, these EPs, and we can even do a full length. So it's just a matter of picking, choosing, and exactly what. So that's where we're at.
Nice. Now, again, before we sign off, I want to thank you all for being here again. Thank you all and congrats on landing the tour on starting September 30th. Get your tickets. I know you guys also have some merch you'll be selling. You're selling right now. I don't know if you want to. Let me pull one out real quick, if you don't mind. Y'all got these shirts, bro. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite ones. But you know, you can purchase a shirt from them. 956, the song you heard at the beginning. You know, show your support, help them out. You know, show some love. And all that.
Shout out to the people who have been buying shirts. We've been raising money for the tour and stuff like that, and our fans have been coming through, man. And so shout out to all the fans buying, you know, friends, family. It's fuel. It makes us, I don't know. The support is just so real, man, and we're just so grateful, man. Grateful.
So if anyone wants to buy some, where can they reach y'all? Where can they find the merch? Where's the link, you know?
You can message one of us. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we do our sales ourselves. I don't know. You can cut all this. But so you can get, if you need to get a shirt from us, you can message the band on Instagram or message the band on Facebook, or if you know us personally, message us and we can get it taken care of. We take Cash App or cash. And of course, if you're seeing this and you're gonna go see us in Houston, Fort Worth, or Austin, we will have shirts there. So
Go ahead, show your support. Get out there, you know, go hard, show some love. Again, the song at the beginning was 9-5 Sick. Tour dates start September 30th. And those three, they're going to be in Texas. What is it? Fort Worth, Houston, and Austin, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be there. Show your support. Once again, I want to thank you all for tapping in, you know, listening, watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Do the same for these guys and the Hero Prevails once again. Any last words or anything before we sign off here?
y'all be sure to subscribe to Christian Chronicles, please. Support the homie. He's incredible, and his channel's gonna only grow from here.
And if you haven't already, go check out our music and the Hero Prevails. You can just Google us. We're the only thing that comes up. We're on Spotify, Pandora. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Christian Chronicle. All right. So, peace, man.
Thank y'all, and as always, spread the love. Link will also be in the description. Yeah, so like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Later, y'all. Boom! Nice.
Stay true or grow alone. Yo.
Sick, the 956 TX. There comes the show. Without question, not that.